The 2025 Formula One season is finally upon us, and all eyes are on Melbourne as the teams prepare to light up Albert Park for the opening round of the year. But if you're expecting the first race of the season to reveal a clear pecking order, Ferrari has a message for you. Don't get too comfortable with the results you see this weekend. Despite solid testing performances and encouraging signs from their new SF-25 Challenger, Ferrari is playing the long game. While the numbers look promising both on track and in the simulator, the team leadership is warning against reading too much into what happens at the Australian Grand Prix. As team principal Fred Vasseur puts it, Albert Park is a unique venue, a street circuit that's not entirely representative of what the rest of the calendar will bring, and that unpredictability could shake up expectations right out of the gate. But make no mistake, Ferrari is entering this season with a renewed sense of purpose and intensity. The arrival of 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton has not only brought global headlines, but also injected fresh energy into Maranello. Alongside Charles Leclerc, Hamilton forms what may be the most high-profile driver pairing on the grid, and the pressure to deliver results is higher than ever. And yet, beneath that cautious tone, there's confidence. Behind the scenes, Ferrari engineers are seeing critical alignment between the performance data from the Bahrain tests and what the simulator has predicted. That kind of correlation is rare and valuable. It's the sort of foundation that allows teams to refine performance quickly and consistently as the season progresses. Loic Serra, Ferrari's newly appointed chassis technical director and another high-profile recruit from Mercedes, echoed that sentiment. He emphasized that the SF-25 has shown excellent reliability and a strong response to setup changes. More importantly, the headline numbers, those key performance metrics every engineer obsesses over, have matched up remarkably well between the track and the simulator. That alignment, according to Serra, is an essential stepping stone to building consistent speed throughout the year. However, both Vasseur and Serra were clear this weekend is not a make-or-break moment. With variable weather conditions expected, coming off a colder than usual Bahrain test and now heading into the heat of late summer Melbourne, tyre behaviour and overall car balance could shift significantly. Teams will need to adapt quickly, and the final race day hierarchy may look very different from what we saw in pre-season. This caution hasn't stopped speculation across the paddock. Many observers are tentatively placing McLaren as the team to beat, based on both whispers from rival engineers and strong trackside observations. Red Bull and Mercedes still loom large, while Ferrari, despite encouraging signs, is being talked about more as a dark horse than an outright favourite. But if there's one thing Ferrari knows, it's how to play the long game. With a 24-mile race calendar ahead, nothing will be decided in Melbourne, and for a team now boasting two of the most talented and experienced drivers on the grid, patience and consistency might be just as important as outright pace in the early rounds. Hamilton's presence has also elevated expectations. With his pedigree, no one expects him to simply blend into the background. Whether or not Ferrari wins in Melbourne, this is a driver who knows how to develop a car, how to motivate a team, and how to fight for titles, not just races. His arrival has reignited hope among the Tifosi and injected a championship-calibre mentality back into the team. The stage is set, the variables are plenty, and the stakes are enormous. But if Ferrari's cautious optimism is anything to go by, the real story of the 2025 season is just beginning, and what we see in Melbourne may only be the prologue to a much larger tale. Early impressions from Hamilton's transition have been overwhelmingly positive. According to Sky Sports F1's Ted Kravitz, there are very positive signs regarding Hamilton's adaptation to Ferrari, both in terms of how the car drives and the comfort and design of the cockpit, something that had become a lingering issue during his final seasons with Mercedes. Hamilton had previously spoken about discomfort in the Mercedes W14, where the seating position was too far forward, impacting the car's balance and predictability. That problem seems to have been resolved at Ferrari. In fact, Kravitz noted that Hamilton now has exactly what he wanted in terms of driver positioning, with no complaints about the car's ergonomics or how it feels on track. It might seem like a small detail, but for a driver at Hamilton's level, the difference in seating and overall comfort can significantly influence performance and confidence behind the wheel. It's a promising start to what could be a transformative partnership. Hamilton himself has spoken highly of his new car, the Ferrari SF-25. After his first full pre-season schedule with the team, he described the Ferrari as massively different in characteristics compared to what he's driven in the past. The difference in driving dynamics, handling, and even engine characteristics has given him a new sense of motivation and curiosity. For the first time in his Formula One career, Hamilton will not be using a Mercedes power unit, and while he has praised the Mercedes engines he's used in the past, he has also expressed admiration for Ferrari's power unit and the processes the team uses for performance and reliability. He's been working closely with engineers from Ferrari's engine department to understand everything from power delivery to operational strategy, showing just how seriously he's taking this new role. Rather than simply driving the car, Hamilton is immersing himself in the entire operation, something that reflects not only his commitment, but also his belief in Ferrari's potential to compete for the championship. This move marks the beginning of a new era for Hamilton. It's not just about racing for a new team, it's about chasing history. At 40 years old, Hamilton is still fiercely competitive, still hungry, and still focused on winning an unprecedented 8th World Championship. There's also the matter of Hamilton's mindset. He's fully committed to this new chapter. From learning Italian to moving his motorhome close to Ferrari's Fiorano test track, he's integrating himself into the Scuderia culture. Reuniting with team principal Fred Vasseur, who guided Hamilton in his early racing career, adds a sense of continuity and personal connection to this new journey. Driving a Ferrari F1 car for the first time, Hamilton described it as one of the best feelings of his life. He admitted that he never expected to have such an opportunity at this stage of his career, and that starting a Grand Prix in a red suit is something that still feels surreal. The bigger question now is how this partnership will translate on track. Ferrari has shown strong signs of progress in recent seasons, and Hamilton believes that even if the team doesn't start the season as the fastest, they have the tools and resources to catch up and win races. According to Ted Kravitz, Hamilton is confident in the team's ability to develop the car throughout the season and believes that Ferrari's design and engineering team is of championship-winning caliber. However, internal competition within Ferrari will be fierce. Charles Leclerc is an immensely talented driver and has often been one of the best qualifiers on the grid. But if the two drivers end up evenly matched, the dynamic within the team could become one of the most fascinating stories of the season. Hamilton brings decades of experience, racecraft, and championship wisdom. Leclerc brings youthful speed, precision, and deep familiarity with the team. The balance between the two could define Ferrari's success in 2025. Since 2021, he's not been in a consistent title fight. That frustration and hunger could be the very fuel that powers him back to the top of the sport. This isn't just another season, it's a statement, a mission, a potential masterpiece in the making. Lewis Hamilton in red is more than just a driver in a new uniform. It's a symbol of determination, a reminder that legends never stop chasing greatness, even when they've already made history. Whether or not this chapter ends in an 8th world title, it will be remembered as one of the boldest and most emotional moves in modern Formula One. And for fans around the world, it's a story that's only just beginning.